Mário, quais são as oportunidades que você, como representante de uma empresa italiana, está vislumbrando aqui no mercado brasileiro nessas reuniões?
Well, the Brazilian market is extremely large and is extremely diversified, so the opportunities are essentially endless. But by talking to people here, I realized that there is a lack of clean technologies for the treatment of wastewater. And the technology we offer is absolutely enclosed in a way that there is no outflow, no impact on the environment. In the same time, the opportunity of treating large volumes of waters in very effective and, in a way, natural ways that would certainly fit many applications. For instance, the application that Floresta Urbana is asking us, which is connected to the treatment of water in urban forests, would be extremely suitable to the kind of technologies we offer.
Qual é a capacidade da sua tecnologia em termos de impacto social e de volume de reaproveitamento de água?
Our system is modular, so we can treat 1 liter, we can treat 1 million liter. It's just a matter of investing more or less money and more or less land on the technological plans that we need to set up. Certainly, it looks to me that the treatment of wastewater is something that would have a very strong and positive impact on agricultural areas, but also on urban areas in terms of making the environment better, reducing smell, reducing wastes, and considering the water is a commodity that is now extremely precious everywhere. This will have a strong impact also on the economy of the country if implemented at a large scale.
Jorge, você como representante de uma empresa brasileira, como você vê a aplicabilidade dessa tecnologia no mercado local?
It's a fact that the Brazilian market needs these technologies, needs to embrace them and needs to use them. We know that in the past, through various like rapid urbanization and doing things not always in the most planned way, some errors have occurred. And if you look at water management, sewage management in São Paulo, for example, huge, massive problems that we are trying to solve as well through actually decentral treatment. So capturing all wastewater in São Paulo is now in centralized systems is literally impossible. And this offers technologies that are decentral, small, and can solve the problem locally. And I believe that this is the future way, really, that these technologies will be implemented in that way in the future, decentrally. They tend to look only into very technical and mechanical ways of solving problems, and I think we see much more that there are biological ways to do things. Like he's working with algae, and you can eat this algae. From that algae you clean on one side, you clean water on the other hand, you produce food, which is at the first sight this is something like maybe shocking for us in some aspects. But if you think about like hygienic rules and stuff, we are on a path to solve those.
E baseado na sua experiência aqui nesse evento, que outras possíveis parcerias você vê aqui ou possibilidades para o mercado brasileiro?
I've talked to several people, many people here, and most of them have manifested interest in what we provide in different ways. People managing a large extension of land for agricultural purposes, and they do need to recycle their water. Okay, so there are companies that asked us if we can clean up their water, not to provide drinking water, but to give back the water to the cultivations. And this was a proposal I received from at least 2 or 3 different companies. Floresta Urbana, we were discussing of exchanges at an academic level. The chance is that both of us come from academia, in addition of being representative of companies, and there too there are possibility for expanding the knowledge, the awareness of this problem through our company, but also through academia, and making people aware that there are steps to be taken for the improvement of the environment, but also the products of the things you eat and you sell abroad.
Daria para quantificar o tamanho de um ganho que uma empresa pode ter utilizando a sua tecnologia e algo que estimule essa empresa a mudar a sua forma de produção?
Originated from the need to minimize cost and maximizing outcomes. So the way it is designed, it in a way balances cost and benefits, because you have an input from something that would be a cost, which is wastewater, at least in Europe. I'm not familiar with Brazilian legislation, but if you have to get rid of wastewater, you have to pay. And we, of course, reduce that cost. We don't reduce it to zero, but reduce it substantially. And also you get a biomass, algal biomass, that can also give you revenues if you do things properly. It can be food for people, it can be feed for animals, it can be fertilizers for plants. And so this, in the end, minimizes the cost because you have also values added to your products. So I'm unable to give you figures, but I can tell you that the process is as little expensive as possible.
E você, Jorge?
We need to size things, right? We need, if we think about this prototype farm that has probably like the possibility to grow, then we need to foresee that and have like I think it's really like a business model. This is I'm working on that as well. Since I'm interested in environmental benefits, so I'm interested in quantities, how much of the water we can treat and what is the value, because I see that only through that we will be able to convince people. We will get some funding maybe, because I think if you have like research and development, it's just fair that society as well participates in that to create something that can be reproduced. And then we have like the outcome side, which are the benefits. And if you have at a first moment, if you have a benefit of less wastewater, you have of course savings in Brazil also, as he said, per square meter that you treat, and you have the benefit that you don't have to ask for a water lorry like a camion pipa.
Most algae we use are actually coming from tropical areas.
Okay.
So we have to heat them in Europe, and here they will probably just live at natural temperature. We are talking of photosynthetic organisms, so the hours of insulation are important. And if you do what I suggest to do in Norway or in Brazil, this would be substantially different. And the advantage of doing it in Brazil is obvious.
It's huge, it's big. The benefits are big here, yeah, exactly. Yeah.